We are talking about independence and interdependence in a relationship. From the mini feature, you should have an idea, an overall of what we are looking at. Sometimes you're in a relationship and you just have one person depending on the other person, and it's more like it's just one person that is bringing. There's no exchange, nothing. And I had a point to be like, okay, hold on, let's talk about interdependence. Both of us are depending on each other, so don't worry yourself. We are not the ones to be having this conversation alone, because we have our very own head of the house. In fact, the head of this fellowship. We have Pastor Aki joining us via Zoom. He is a senior pastor of Splendid Church International. He is a marriage counselor, a life coach. He does a whole lot on his social media handle. Don't worry, I'll give you the handle later so that you can join him. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Okay.
Good morning.
I know that definitely you would have loved to be right here in the studio with us. I know, I understand, but then it's good to say and good to. Today you just came out with this Igbo attire, with this Igbo cap. What happened now? Good morning, welcome to the show.
I just want to. Yes, good morning, good morning, good morning. I can see beautiful Olori looking very radiant this morning as usual, and the Princess Joy. I'm so enlightened. I'm so grateful that I'm in the fellowship this morning. Both of you are looking beautiful. I'm telling you, very, very wonderful looking, great and kinky and queenishiously this morning. Good morning to you. God bless you. Well, about my cap, well, a Nigerian, so what do you feel? I just feel like appearing like my Igbo brethren this morning.
It's so good. It's so good to have you this morning.
A
beautiful morning. I decided to keep quiet all this while she was greeting you. I'm just admiring the fact that you are not here. I would have loved to have you here, but all things work together for good for those that love God and work according to His will. So we appreciate the fact that you're still here. To God be the glory. We are celebrating 30th together with all our viewers. We love you. So thank you and welcome.
And you know the fact that tomorrow is Independence Day, and today he decided to come in an Igbo attire to tell us one Nigeria. It doesn't matter the part where you come from, one Nigeria. That's so thoughtful of you. Okay, so I'm sure when I sent the topic to you, you'll be saying, beautiful Joy has come again. But I know it's you that can give us a true insight into today's topic, because I know I've listened to you talk about something similar like this, on your platform. So I felt like, okay, you help us out. Now, what is the meaning of independence and interdependence, and what's the difference, if there is any? What's the meaning? Because I'm sure from the mini feature, a lot of people will be like, they know independence, but then interdependence is kind of a bit confusing, and they'll be thinking, what are these people talking about? So this morning, I just wanted to give us an insight into the meaning of independence, interdependence, and then if there's difference between the two. And we are talking of relationship, of course. Thank you.
All right, thank you once again for having me. Like beautiful Lori said, it would have been a wonderful time for me to be in the studio, but I would have been there. I was looking forward to it. But you see, let's just take it this way today. I'm sure very soon I'll be live there in the fellowship. Yes. So your question, beautiful Joy, in relationship, when you talk about dependency or interdependency, let me pick the first one. Dependency is when relationship just one way. Okay, everything is just one person. Okay, you can't see that cordiality. It is one way traffic. It's one person that will be asking or putting 100%. The other person is just at the receiving end. You see, he cannot do anything apart from this wonderful person. When two people are in relation together, even if it's friendship relationship, it's supposed to be cordial. But if relationship is based on just one person that is doing everything, okay, as we go on, we look at the disadvantages and advantages. But you see, just go straight to your question. It is to go straight to your question. I mean, it is when relationship is on one-way traffic. It's just one direction. It is imbalance. There is no balance in it. Okay. The one person is taking advantage of the other. Okay, because you are always at the receiving end. This other party is always at the giving end. That means you are depending on um, just one person. No, and it's not okay. Whereas interdependence means a mutual reliance and support, okay, where two people are together. You see, they understand, be it friendship, be it a marriage, okay, between husband and wife. You know that the two of you are in it. Okay, and like I usually say, it's not a 50-50. You're not cautious. Everybody is giving everything. You are giving 100%. You are ready to go all the way. It gives balance. When I know that, look at the way I was welcome today. I feel very good of myself. Okay, it's good that we exchange pleasantly. We respect each other. You see, I just love it. I love it. You collaborate together. I wanted to be there, but I couldn't. Or you gave me the platform to do this through Zoom, which is okay. You understand? That is what interdependence means. Okay, the two of us are together. The two people, husband and wife, are ready to put in, not 50, they are ready to put in everything. Even in friendship, they are ready to go all the way. Just like what the Bible says that friendship is known, the true friendship, let me put it that way, true friendship is known in the day of adversity. That's the day that you know that somebody is your friend, when you are in need, not when you are cutting cake, you are pumping the champion. No, it is when there is a need. Okay, that is when the true friend is known. So those are the two definitions. And like I said, the difference between them is that one is just one-way traffic, the other one is, the two-way is causing, they are collaborating with one another. Thank you, Joy.
I want to ask Pastor Anyawale, I want to ask this question. Is it possible for a relationship to be independent, as in to exist without one having to depend on the other? Okay, let me give you an instance. Now, I am married to Mr. B, and in the process of our marriage, I'm depending solely on him, and he's depending on me. Now, working this together, how is that relationship going to go smoothly? And in a situation whereby one is depending on the other, maybe the wife is solely depending on the husband more, do you think it's too much to ask? Because these days, of course, I'm not supporting women who just sit down to do nothing. But, they'll tell you, I have so much to carry. So do you think working in a relationship that, a relationship that is existing without being independent on each other, how well is it? And the other one I also mentioned.
Well, I will answer it in this way. I will answer it in two ways, actually. Now, when it comes to marriage, we need to understand, of course, you know that we have different types or different kinds of marriage, but let me just answer this straight away. In good marriage, because I don't want to say perfect marriage, there is no perfect marriage. Okay, we are meant to help one another. Now, the good book, the Bible says that, therefore shall a man leave his father and mother and be joined to his wife. Now, there is a leader, or no, let me say this. There is a vision for the marriage which is resting on the shoulder of the man. Okay? We must understand that and settle that. Now, God said it's not good for a man to be alone. I will make him an helpmate. That is where the dependency and, how do I put it now? The interdependency comes in. The wife is like the neck. The husband is like the head. You can see the relationship very close and depending on one another. I can't turn my head without the involvement of my head. Okay? And my neck needs this head to find identity, as you can see. All right? So that is the relationship of marriage. That is how I believe it's supposed to be. Okay? So when it comes to, the wife relying on the husband, it's in order. All right? Like you said, there are some women that they are not working. There's a season for that, okay? And the man should not feel intimidated or feel used by that. Okay? I'll give you an example. When I got married 24 years ago, okay, it got to a time that I had to do all the work because my wife was she was just moving from one job to another one, so it was not stable. Okay, and at a point in time, we got to a time in our lives also that it happened to me too, that I was out of job and we have to depend on her salary because she was working at that time. You understand? So these things happen, but you see where I stand out to make a difference is when it becomes a rule, when it becomes it must be like this, when it becomes that you are my husband, you must do this. When it becomes a must, you see, marriage relationship, or let me say relationship, it takes a lot of understanding. I'm telling you, it takes a lot of understanding from both parties to know that, you know what, we are not individual again, we are one. Okay, so if it happens to you, I must be willing to go all out for you. If it happens for me, then you must be willing to go all out also. All right. Otherwise, we are depending on one another. It's very important that we understand that concept from beginning. That you see, we are together. We are together in it. Togetherness is what promotes healthy relationship. When you have that mentality that, oh no, this is me, this is my life, then it becomes difficult. I'm telling you, if you read the Bible very well, you see that there is one word that is common, especially when it comes to relationship. That is one another, one for each other, one for another. You will see that that is common when you want to describe relationship. So I believe that in marriage relationship, all right, the husband must depend or should depend on the wife, not necessarily monetary. You understand? There are some things I can't do for myself. I'm telling you, even though I've been married for 24 years right now, okay, there are things that I can't do for myself that I have to look up onto my wife to help me out. The same way, there are things that she can't do for herself. She has to depend on me. Okay, so that is my take on that, my beautiful Olori.
Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you very much for doing justice to the first part of this conversation. We have been having a conversation on independence and interdependence in a relationship, and of course our guest, Pastor Akin Ayewande, has been joining us via Zoom to have this conversation with us. All right, Pastor, are you still there?
I'm here.
Hello, okay. Yeah, good to have you back.
It's good to have
now,
you back.
I want to ask this. You know, Mondays we dedicated, like, you know, to our singles, those that are having courtship, preparing for marriage and all that. And we live in a society where once you tell, I had a conversation with somebody, said, once you tell somebody, how are you? I need your number. The next thing, the person just carries the whole family load and dump on your head. The person becomes totally dependent on you. And that's where the issue and the question of what do women bring to the table started from. Because of the fact that young girls are so dependent. In fact, you want to tell somebody I love you, be my girlfriend, the next thing they'll say rent will come in, school fees, you will pay that, and then the men started asking, what are you bringing to the table? Now, in the society of today, what would you advise young girls, young boys who are in courtship right now, listening to us, or a young boy that is already discouraged, probably because he has an over-demanding girlfriend and he's feeling like, this one, the dependence is too much, you know. How would you advise them to have an interdependent relationship? And what's the fear that, you know, most ladies now, their fear is by the time they support the man and everything, he might end up not marrying them. So there is that fear in between. So you just want to play safe. We had a guest here on the show, a young man that said, upon everything I did for my girlfriend, it was only singlets. My girlfriend got for me, you remember, you know. So these are the issues, you know. So how do we help the young ones out there listening to us this morning to really understand that interdependence is key in a relationship? And for you who have married for 24 years, I'll still come into that anyway. We have a lot to discuss on that. Let's go.
Anyway, for singles, I will advise this. That you see, the reason why we are having, I hope you are hearing me. Am I clear enough? Okay. Now, for singles that are going into marriage, now I usually advise this, that you see, vision is very important. The reason why we are having all this transactional relationship right now is because people are not sure. Look at the example that you gave. Oh, how are you? I'm your friend. I want to befriend you. Blah blah blah. And the girl will not dump everything on the guy. That is not fair, as far as I'm concerned. It's not fair. Okay. Once we have the understanding from the beginning that, all right, this is friendship. There are rules that guide friendship. Now, when you move from friendship to relationship, I know the language that you speak right now, you start dating, before you know it, you will engage a lady. You see, there are processes and rules are different. The rules that guide dating is different from the rule that guide someone that is engaged already and married. Okay, and these are not transactional in nature. You can't say that, okay, because I am your friend, I should carry all your loads. We are just friends, for goodness sake. Friendship is just an assistant to assist you as at when due. Okay, you have a challenge of maybe 10 million. Okay, I can assist you. What I have right now is 200,000. You should appreciate it. Okay, so if we have this understanding, it will help us a lot. Now, if I am engaged to you, okay, is a promissory something. You see, it has not. You can't. We are not running joint accounts. Okay, there is a level of commitment that is expected when we are engaged. Singles need to hear this. Okay, you have a challenge of 10 million, like I said. Well, because I am committed to that, and I want to show you that I am committed to you. I can go all my way and said, okay, out of this 10 million, you know what? We can do this. Can we do this? Let's start to this person. Me, I will bring 2 million because I can afford it. The other 8 million, let's do it this way. I'm giving you how to come out of challenge because I see myself in that situation that, okay, I am part of this challenge because we are engaged. You see the level of commitment. But when we are married, it is my thing. I'm telling you, you can't have a communication problem and I will go and sleep, even though I'm your wife. No, I will not. Because I want you to succeed. John Maxwell said something. He said, one is too small a number to achieve greatness. There's no way as a married couple, there is no way as a married person that I can succeed alone, or I can I can succeed or bring our family to that desired point, except there is a commitment from the two of us. All right. So, and that is what I believe. So, different level. As a woman, you must have something. You have a life. You have a goal. You have a life by yourself. I believe that is true for every single lady. There is something you want to achieve in your life. There is a life that you want to, there is a quality of life that you want to live. You don't want to be a beggar for life. You don't want to be a beggar in your life. You don't want to be under somebody. I believe this is one of the things I tell all my children. God bless me with 3 of them, and they are all ladies. See, I usually challenge them that you have a life. You should have a vision. Who do you want to be? What quality of life do you want to live? Don't be a burden to any man. Okay? Don't go into any relationship to be just total dependent on the person. No, it will get tiring. In fact, that means you are not fair. So you should have something that is a quality that man will be looking forward to. That you should be a plus. You should make it. You see, one of the reasons why we have all this breaking relationship is because the lady, permit me to use that. It happens to men also, but let me use ladies for example. They don't know their value. They don't bring valuable thing on the table. Okay, if I know that I can't do without you, I can't do without you in an aspect of my life. You think I'll break the relationship? I will not. Like I said, there are things that I know that I am short of. There is no perfect human being on earth. I'm not perfect. There are some areas that I need my wife to cover. I'm telling you. And she's doing that, then I'm good. Even though if I think, I say, she offended me, let me deal with her. I'll be thinking about that area. Hey, what if she's not there? Who will help me to do this one? Who will help me to understand? So that talks about the valuable, not only money, not only in every relationship, you must be valuable as a woman. You must be valuable as a man. There are men also that all they care about, okay, when we're in university, we call some ladies, critical because they have a British passport and all that. And some of our brothers, they'll be looking for the first time when they are toasting again. They'll tell you, where are you going to spend your summer? And the moment you said you are going to Britain, they will tell you, I want to marry you, or I want to go out with you. Or they are taking advantage of such ladies. No, it's not supposed to be like that. All right. So it's important that we define at different levels. For friendship, there is a level of commitment. For engagement, you are engaged, there's a level of commitment. Then when you are married, then there must be a level of commitment. That is 100% because the two of you are involved. So for single ladies, please, I am begging, don't just, the man will just look at you and he can take decision. You see, he can take decision immediately without you. Make it very difficult for him to take decision with the value that you are bringing. If it's friendship, then please don't do joint account. Don't do all your life. Like the example beautiful girl gave, that okay, you did everything for the girl. Why are you doing everything for the girl? Are you married? Why are you spending money? Your parents are there. You're not giving them money. You're doing love for anybody. Now you are regretting it. Don't do it. There's a level of commitment for friendship. That's why you will not be disappointed. But if you do love everything, you will buy you boxer and you will be fine. Praise God. Glory to God. I hope I answered your question. Good.
Thank you so much, Pastor Anyawale. Now, what I want to ask you is this. And I want you to please point it out one after the other. I love the fact that you said, make the man, not just the man now, make your partner have no reason to make decision without you. I love that. In short, I wanted to put it on my status, and I'll be doing that by the grace of God. Make your partner not to have any reason to do anything without you. And it rings a bell. Now, In a relationship, married or yet to be married or still courting, how wrong is it for a partner to depend on each other? How well and how wrong? That's the question, no, Pastor Akinyewale. Now, husband and wife, those who are married, what you have just given us now, that give no man, give no woman any reason to make decision without you. That simply means that they should work hand in hand together. Just like the Holy Book said, you leave your father and your mother and you come together. So they need to do it together. So if the husband is trying to get the finances together, the wife should be able to help, to assist, to make sure that finances is well managed. And she's not just going to put that into logistics alone. She's also going to put her own into it, which will make it complete.
Exactly.
Now, can you please help us to identify those things and those areas of life that need to be well managed by this couple already together and those who are just coming together, depending on one another? In what area should they depend on each other?
All right, thank you, beautiful Larry. I love the question. I love this very, very, because this is a very direct, whatever. Now, direct question. Now, number one, which area? I will start with the married couple. Okay. Now, I read the book. Sometimes I think I read it about 2 times. That is by one man. It talks about the 5 love languages. Gary Chapman. Okay. Very good book. Okay. Now, he explained there that one of the things that couples need to understand, and the chairman, when I was getting married 4 years ago, I invited somebody to be a chairman. He gave me one rule, which I'm still using up to now. He looked at me and he said to me, he said, look at your wife. He said, all your business, everything that you need to know, just study this woman, study whatever she likes, okay, and keep doing it. Study her to the extent to know that whatever she does not like, and avoid it. He turned and told my wife the same. And I found out 24 years going that thing is true. Very now. Which area? Everyone not, I mean, look, there is no perfect human being. I've said that over. Which area as a married couple? You know your husband. Well, I know we are on social media right now. I don't know if I'm permitted to say some words. I'm just being clear. But let me bring it to finances, because I want to go to some area, because that's a very direct question that you're asking. Men have their area of need. Number one is respect, honor, okay, encouragement from the wife. I'm telling you, you see that these are not 1 naira, 2 naira thing. It's not finance. There are women that talk down on what their husband is doing, and no matter what, even if you need 1 naira, that man will not do it. I'm telling you, because you have affected him. You see, the way a man, I was saying in church yesterday, the way a man is made, wired, they are work oriented, okay, and a good woman, somebody that is married, you know that everything about that man is mentality, is work. So don't if you want maximum interdependence between the two of you, then you must know that area you will need encouragement. That area you will need you to fund him very well, even though he's going down. Try to encourage him. That is priceless. All right. Once you know that, I can tell you that the husband, right now, let me tell you about the husband. The husband, women are homely, they are family oriented. That is where God made them. If we give a woman 100 million, all right, you'll be surprised that she will spend it on the family. I'm telling you the truth. That is the way they are wired. Now, man who wants a peaceful home, a good home, don't say that, oh, what about the money I gave you yesterday? No, there is something like that. Because out of the money that you gave to her, she has already settled you. She settled the children. She has settled your parents and all that. So those areas are very, very important for us to know as married couples. Every woman needs a man that will tell her or that will cultivate their relationship based on, don't just come here and say, what have you been doing? Even though she's not working, what have you been doing since morning? This woman has washed your clothes. She has, washed your children's clothes, taking the children to that. If you have to pay for all that, don't you pay? Don't pay. So don't look down. These are the things that we should know as married couple, that we are depending on one another. And even financially, you have 10 million, your woman have 100,000 to give you, or even 50,000 is something. To me, that is support. That is support. Not that you want her to go and bring 9 million, bring 1 million. No, that will not be here. Whatever she's bringing, don't look at it as very small. The art of bringing itself is okay, very okay. All right. So that is that about the married people. But if you are not married, maybe you are single or whatever. Now, I believe in collaboration. I'm speaking this. I want you to get me very well. When we are talking about relationship, I'm not talking about friendship right now, because a lot of us we cross the line between those different commitments. For a friendship, we are still you are just friends. All right, you are my girlfriend. I am your girlfriend. There is no promise. There is no how do I put it now? The level of commitment cannot be compared to the one that is married or that is engaged. Okay, so you can't be expecting too much commitment from a friendship relationship. If you are doing that, you are asking for another thing. And that's why we have a lot of disappointment. That's why we have a lot of people that are hurting right now, because they are applying the rule of commitment for a married couple in a friendship relationship. You will burn your fingers. It will burn you. I'm telling you the truth. So it is important that we understand that in a married relationship, I've said it before, it is not 50%. It is 100%. And when I'm saying 100%, I'm not talking about finances alone. Yes, you are a woman, your finances is not up to that your husband. There are other things that you can assist him on. Okay, the other room, okay, is there. The kitchen is there. There are other ways, even in terms of advice. Okay, I said it, I will say it again. If a woman is developing, okay, you are developing, you are growing, okay, as a woman, you are growing in everything, then your husband should not take decision outside you, because he will know that, when my wife says something, no, it makes sense, okay? But why is it that every time that a decision is to make, your own contribution there, it does not make any sense? You can take that decision without you, and it will still be fine. Even if he burn his finger, he wouldn't mind, because what you are going to have is nothing. It's just to criticize that decision. It's to criticize that move. It's to criticize it. Okay?
Thank you, Pastor Akayowale. You've really dealt with. Oh no, you have done more than answering my question. You have put everything.
Like he just brought everything together.
Because just like you said, sometimes it may be in the area of finances, it may be in the area of the other room, it may be the mental state of the man, maybe just massaging your wife's feet
or your husband's feet
Women should know how to do that, but men should also know how to
massage.
So it should work together. So that when your wife is not at home, you say, how I wish my wife is here. And when the husband is not, say, if my husband were to be here now, I know all this issue I'm having with my office, you know, you'll be able to, because it's very good in this area. So you've really dealt with it. We're so glad to have you this morning, and we really appreciate the fact that you could make it. We can see you live and direct, and we pray we're going to walk into October together by the grace of God. Thank you so much, sir. Please best regard to madam, and have a fruitful and a wonderful day ahead of you.
And also, before we let you go, happy marriage anniversary. 24 years is no joke. 24 years.
I think they celebrated it earlier.
Yes, they did.
Last
2 weeks. Happy marriage anniversary to you.
Happy anniversary.
And condolence to the loss of your dad. I know you just got back from that
one is, don't worry.
Celebration of life.
Celebration anyway. Is coming November.
Yeah, November
is a celebration of life for Papa.
So, well done to
Have a splendid day ahead,
Thank
sir.
you.
On that note, we want to say
thank you,
viewers, you heard it all. Make sure your partner has something that no way he cannot make that decision without including you. It goes a long way. That's not selfishness. That's not being greedy. That's only trying to make the relationship, you know, a very beautiful one. And it goes a long way. So on that note, I wish you the very best of today. Have a splendid day ahead. Love yourself. Appreciate others. And keep on celebrating. See you tomorrow.
All right, yes, as we celebrate tomorrow, Tuesday, the 1st of October, it's going to be Nigerians Independence Day. All right, thank you very much for being a part of today's conversation. You've heard it all from our guests. Independence and interdependence. Build an interdependence relationship with your partner to make it a smooth and a better one. My name still remains Princess Joy Ayo Abu. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful, kind of cold Monday anyway. Stay out of trouble. Bye.